dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
In a little tent, oh, and just like the river I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes it will.
In 1946, a man named Jackie Robinson would take the world of Major League Baseball by storm. Originally a member of the Kansas City Monarchs in the Negro League, Jackie was not a person to take racism lying down. This fact would prove to be Jackie's largest barrier throughout the course of the film. The movie starts with a bold idea from a man named Branch Rickey, who was the executive of the Brooklyn Dodgers at the time. His idea involved the recruitment of the first colored man to play in Major League Baseball. This caused major backlash within the team, the public, and throughout journalism, inciting racism and hostility on and off the field. The Brooklyn Dodgers players went as far as attempting a petition to have Jackie removed from the team. This attempt failed as the team executive Rickey forced head coach Leo Durocher to deal with the issue, stating that any player who did not want to play alongside Robinson would be found a new home in baseball. At times, Jackie struggled with the idea of allowing people to walk over him. Being an outspoken man of integrity, he found it hard to bite his tongue, having to constantly remind himself why he was struggling, remembering that through this struggle would come greatness. During a game against Philadelphia, head coach of the Phillies, Ben Chapman, continuously hurled racial slurs and insults toward Jackie. Jackie held his composure, and it wasn't until teammate Eddie Stanky walked out of the dugout mid-play to confront Chapman that we see a blatant defense of Robinson by one of his teammates. This did not stop the insults, though it was a huge leap forward. Stanky's courageous act led to Jackie feeling more comfortable, and in turn, his true playing capabilities were able to shine through. Shortly after this, we see another of Jackie's teammates, Ralph Branca, try to include him by insisting he take a shower with the team. This simple gesture would have meant the world to an oppressed Robinson, whose every move seems to be countered with hate. Due to his amazing stats and a few acts of bravery from himself, his teammates, and staff surrounding him, Jackie started to solidify his name in Major League Baseball.
The civil rights movement started in the late 1940s and ended in the late 1960s. This movie takes place right in the beginning of this movement. Some might even argue that Jackie's courageous act sparked a big push in the movement. This act was nonviolent and resulted in laws to protect all Americans' rights without discrimination of color, sex, or race. No one ever let off or took it easy on Jackie, whether it was on or off the pitch. Breaking the baseball color barrier leads to serious issues in his personal life and in his sports life. At home, he receives countless amount of threats, not only to his mail, but in his personal life as well. One night, he had to flee because a few men were looking to harm him. In baseball, his teammates signed a petition refusing to play with him before he even got there. Once he was there, his own coach didn't respect him, so why would his teammates? Racial comments were thrown his way everywhere he was. Anytime traveling, he would have to face the same struggles. And the farther south they traveled, the worse it got. They didn't even accept the team nor him into the hotels that they'd been staying at for years. The teams down south repeatedly cursed at him and taunted his name. Some players even purposely slid into him just to injure him. Because of a few acts of kindness shown by his teammates Stanky and Pee-wee, plus his excellent baseball skills, he started to slowly become more involved and accepted by the community. The American culture back then was the same. It only took brave people to break from the crowd and show support to make a change and a start in the movement. In the 1960s, almost 20 years later, the Civil Rights Act was proclaimed effective.
The two main characters in the film are Jackie Robinson and Branch Rickey. In the beginning of the film, we know that Jackie has had trouble in the military for his lack of tolerance towards discrimination. He was viewed as a ticking time bomb. Branch Rickey quickly addresses this issue, testing Robinson by screaming racial slurs to his face in hopes of giving him an idea of what is to come. Throughout the film, Jackie Robinson had to learn how to compose himself and control his temper when faced with these scenarios. Robinson eventually is able to overcome this obstacle through the help of teammates and staff and his wife. A great example of this is when Coach Ben Chapman of the Phillies was yelling racist comments to him from the sideline. His teammate defended him while he looked over to his wife in the stands to keep him calm and catch his breath. Branch Rickey, right from the beginning of the film, was in favor of incorporating a colored man into Major League Baseball. This speaks volumes about his character. Baseball is a sport to be loved and enjoyed by everyone, and Rickey knew this all along. With all of the negativity surrounding the idea, he still viewed winning and the game itself as the most important factors. He did not let the color barrier impede on his success, and this is evident when he says money doesn't see black and white.
The secondary characters in the film are Pee-wee, Stanky, and Bronca. Pee-wee was a dynamic character. Although he didn't express disapproval towards the petition, he decided that the team and continuing to play for the sport is more important. Later in the film, he starts showing more affection towards Jackie, allowing Jackie to settle in with the team. Stanky was the second baseman for the Dodgers and forced Jackie to learn to play first base. They worked together more than against each other throughout the season. Stanky's support for Jackie was best shown when he stood up for him against the Phillies head coach. Bronca is known as one of the Dodgers' few Jackie supporters from the beginning. His kindness carried throughout the film and was evident when he included Jackie in the team showers. We can compare Jackie Robinson's story to Jesse Owens' story. Jesse Owens is another legendary athlete who had to overcome many challenges in his career as a pro Olympian. He was also a colored athlete who never got the respect he deserved, and he had to prove himself to everyone while keeping his composure. In the 1936 Olympics, Jesse Owens ended up winning 4 gold medals, one of them being a world record that stood for 25 years in long jump. Jesse Owens is now known as the legendary athlete who changed the sport of track and field forever.